Hi again, Heidi here, your lead facilitator. I want to talk a little bit about how we designed this program. My background is in education. I was a school teacher, and one of my main focuses was learning about social and emotional learning, a lot of wellness, a lot of self-regulation, self-awareness, self-management, relationship skills with other people, those kinds of things. And so there's an organization in education called CASEL, and that is something that we have used to build this program. CASEL has a frameworks of, I believe it's 5 or 6 different domains, and each of those domains focuses on a different area. Self-regulation is one, um, self-regulation, self-awareness is one, self-management is another, relationship skills is another, responsible decision making is another, so on and so forth. The thing about the castle wheel is some people will just kind of sporadically look at these different domains. And what we found is when you go in a specific order where you start with self, and you build those self skills, those internal skills. Once that's done, then you can go out into the world and build relationship skills. So we use that castle framework as a guide or a map to help us design the content that we put into our program. So we're not taking any content from Castle. They really don't have any content. We're just using the framework and the process, if you will, because it's also very science-backed, right? Uh, the content comes from all sorts of different areas. It comes from neuroscientists, it comes from people who have researched burnout, it comes from mindfulness practices and meditation practices, all sorts of different resources. Lots of trainings that I've had, and some of the others on the team have had as well. So we've built this together using this frameworks and this process. And when you go through our modules, each module will kind of take you through that process. And also the habits that we work with take you through that process. Uh, the first time you go through Thrive Cycle, we will focus on self. And then if you go through it a second or a third time, we'll start to work on more relationship skills and more responsible decision making. And that's because once you've built that internal awareness and that internal management, then we're ready to go out. And so we want you to be able to go through the whole Thrive cycle one time, really building that internal piece. And then we'll go through it a second time if you choose, and building more relationship skills. The internal piece, however, is really the piece where we start to recover from burnout, right? We start to manage ourselves better. We have better awareness of ourselves, what's triggering us, what's causing these emotional responses, and how we can work with that. So that is how our program is set up. You'll hear us refer to CASEL, you'll hear us refer to neuroscientists and other research, and all of that has been built in. We will also have resources available for you, which you can find on the web-based app or the portal. These resources will also be discussed at our Thrive sessions for each module. So you'll have a lot of information and you'll be able to refer back to it as much or as little as you want to. The program itself and the habits that you work on are meant to be really simple and just take you a few minutes each day to help you recover and prevent burnout. But the education piece could go a lot deeper. It can go as deep or as light as you want it to go, depending on how you're feeling. Because some of us, when we're feeling burnt out, we're just so overwhelmed we can't take on a whole lot. So maybe you just need it at the basic level. Other people like me, I tend to geek out about these kinds of things. I'm really interested in them, and that's how I got here in the first place, right? Like somebody sent me an article about mindfulness, and that just sent me on like a 12-year discovery after that, just researching, learning, training, all sorts of things. So if you're like that, we'll provide lots of resources that you can go down a rabbit hole with if you choose. All right, we look forward to seeing you in our Thrive sessions and getting to know you better. We also look forward to seeing you feel better and recover from any burnout that you may be dealing with. See you soon.